Hot topics. Dumb topics. Fun topics. Real topics the world cares about.
Welcome to
Hot Topic Radio Show. Here are your hosts, Brad Dassey and Kelly Joe.
Welcome back to another edition of Hot Topic Radio Show.
Hi, Brad. How are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I wasn't fine yesterday, but now that I'm back on the air, I am just fine.
Your hair's on fire right now.
Why? Because
I
I'm too
think you're
close to
too
this candle.
excited.
I am too excited because we got a brand spanking new studio. And this studio, let me tell you, it is phenomenal. I mean, we have a swimming pool.
We have a personal masseuse.
Yes! So anytime my shoulders and neck get so tense from just staring at this boring computer screen the whole time, I mean, an hour long is just way too much for me. I'm just showing you my feminine side.
All right. That's excellent.
They can just come over and just work the kinks right out. And I'll stop talking like that now because I don't really sound like that. But we do have a wonderful guest in our studio, our brand new studio. Would you like to introduce yourself? Meg?
Megan Payne.
Yes, this is Megan Payne. And tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, who I am is someone you all would like to know.
Really?
Yes.
I am. I come from Fenton, Michigan,
That's cool. I come from my mom.
as do I. My mom didn't come from me.
Okay, that's good.
I like to sing. I love animals.
That's awesome. What do you like to sing?
Everything.
That's
Everything.
great.
I
Can
can't
you just
elaborate on that
belt
for you.
us out a chord right now? How about the Love Shack? Do you know that
Love Shack. Love Shack, yeah.
one? Oh, yeah. If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the Meg!
Love Shack.
Love
Love
Shack,
Shack, baby.
Yeah, Love Shack, baby.
Heading down the Atlantic Highway. Take it away,
Looking
Kelly.
for the love
Yes.
getaway. Headed for the love getaway.
That's awesome. How long have you been singing now?
Honestly, my whole life, as long as I could speak, I was singing. And I believe I remember standing on my bed at about 4 years old, belting out Whitney Houston, probably sounding terrible, but also not too bad for being 4.
Right on.
And
That's
she's
awesome.
5 today.
And
so.
she's 5 today.
It's my birthday.
5. Yes. That's awesome.
Happy birthday
To me.
Happy birthday.
My birthday's in August.
That's quite a ways away, but hopefully you receive your birthday spankings, right?
Yes, please.
I don't know. I always just have to ask people and just tell them, happy birthday. Make sure you get a lot of spankings today because, yeah, it was... That was always the fun part of birthdays. And what does it go? Like a sock to grow a block and a smile to grow a mile or whatever it goes.
Never heard of that before.
Never heard of that before?
No.
I'm the only one.
Nah.
Holy cow. Literally. Anyway. I don't know where I was going with this, but anyway, with my birthday spankings, I guess I got extra attention with the sock to grow a block and the smile to grow a mile and a pinch to grow an inch. Nobody remembers that?
Nope.
Well, then, I feel...
Well, do you have a walk-it in your pocket, too?
No, I don't.
What is that?
Dr. Seuss, Kel.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Green eggs and ham.
A fox in a box.
Yes, absolutely.
One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish.
Wow, it's been a long time since I've heard that.
Yes, absolutely.
I like it.
I do too. Dr. Seuss never gets old.
Who's it's a what's it's?
Nope.
Kelly's like, what?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Yeah, I'm just not going to go there.
So what do we got going on today, Brad?
Well, we got a lot of good things to talk about. We got to talk about fake nails, because, I wear those all the time.
I was wondering when you were going to get your nails repainted. I see they're chipping off a little bit.
They are.
They look better than mine.
Yes. And it's quite expensive, so, with my pizza job and everything, I only make $6 an hour. So I can't afford a mani-pedi, but I got a new job. So I should be able to afford one pretty soon. I love those fake nails that you just stick right on, and those damn things just fall off anytime.
How about the real nails that you get at the salons? How about those women that, the nice length is great, but then you got the extremists out there that their nails are as long as their fingers.
Yeah, just stick them on and no filing, please.
No filing. Oh my gosh, it takes too much time out of my day to file that stuff.
They pick those nails right up out of the box, slap them babies on, and off you go.
$50, please.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder how the
Extra,
secretaries
okay.
do it while they're filing their papers. If they can't file their nails, then they file the papers away into a filing cabinet. I mean,
Wow.
ridiculous.
What I don't understand is how do people use how do you use your hands doing daily stuff?
Well,
Typing. How do you type with long nails? Do you just
I
use
don't
your
know.
nail, your finger pad?
I feel like you would have to just use the nail at that point, because if you're, hitting the G on the keyboard, you're also hitting the T.
Yes,
And that could spell great
it could.
in one fail swipe of the key.
Or it could just spell the car.
Great
GT.
with
GT.
two
GT.
T's,
Oh,
three
yeah.
T's, or you could just hold the darn key down and then just have a whole list of T's.
I think these people don't hold many jobs.
What if your nails break off and get stuck in the keyboard and then your whole keyboard is shot?
Wow, Brad, you are really going off into left
I'm
field
thinking
now.
proactively here.
Oh, I see.
Then you have to buy a new
realistic.
keyboard.
Okay, what do you do when you have to
Wipe
your butt? How does that work?
Very
I
carefully.
don't know. Very
Well,
careful.
just even the idea of unbuttoning your pants and pulling the zipper, that could all be really take a lot of time.
I don't
Yes,
want to
it
scratch
takes-
myself.
It takes too much time out of my day to do that, so I don't even worry about it. I just
Do it in your pants?
The
What are you
bathroom
talking
attendant
about?
takes care of all of that. So then my nails are untouched.
Where in the heck do you go where there's a bathroom attendant in Appleton or Amro or Oshkosh?
Hey, you can imagine, all right?
Hot towel?
Yes, please, thank you. Hot rocks too, please.
Perfume?
No,
Hairspray?
I do not require it today.
Imagine.
I'm going on a date, and my hair doesn't have to look perfect, because I'm not really feeling this one. Anyway, so the worse I look, the better off. Anyway, no, our show has many different topics today. We're just going to delve into a bunch of different things. And Meg was bringing up a important topic. Our money-driven world is just money hungry. Just like checks and credit cards and all that. You have all these hidden fees that you don't know about, and then, oh, surprise, oh, there's a $5 charge for that, and your money is not your money. It becomes someone else's money, and it's ridiculous. So Meg was explaining how there is a minimum of $25 if you want to load like a Visa prepaid gift card or American Express.
Yeah, I mean, in my case, yesterday, going to Walgreens, I believe it was, they list all the different types of gift cards, anywhere from food places to Amazon. They even had Facebook cards, and not one of them could you
Facebook
buy.
cards?
Yeah, they have
Facebook credit cards or just the logo of Facebook on the card?
I thought they were. I've never had one, but I figured they were used for actually purchasing something on Facebook.
Or
that you're
maybe
buying.
advertising or
Yeah,
something like that?
Something.
Yeah.
But not one of those cards, not one card from any place was under $25.
Under $25.
No, I remember before we started the show, you were talking about how there's even a charge for the plastic itself.
There is. If you go to the website, VisaPDSGiftCard.com. I don't know if this is the actual, I think this is the official site, but it says that there is a charge of $3.95 just to activate and load the card. If you want express delivery, it's just $22.
Oh, get this, though. If you want to order a lot of cards, the shipping fees.
Yes.
If you are ordering over 200 cards, your shipping fee is, get this, $100.
Well, that's because the plastic weighs so much.
And they come in boxes, like yay size?
You have
Yay.
to pay
Yay.
somebody to
Yay.
handle those cards.
I'm sorry. I just have to go off topic for a second because Megan said something that I always found fascinating, and I think it's a Midwest thing. It's yay big or yay. What is a yay? I mean, how much
Yay.
is that? Is that
Well,
like...
we're speaking.
What's a nay?
We're speaking without people looking at us, so I figured that was the best way to
It is.
elaborate on what people thought how big the box might be. Now, if you're a smart person, then you understand what yay means. Kelly, if you're having problems with this, seek help.
Thank you,
Yes.
Megan. I love you,
Seek
too.
some help immediately. I know a good counselor. Actually, not really.
How big is he?
I don't know.
How big is this counselor?
Yay, big.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
He's yay. Very nay.
Kelly makes a good point, though. Coming from Michigan, especially being a troll, which means I'm under the bridge. I'm not a youper there.
That's a good
not
song, by the
youper.
way.
Oh, Yader Hay.
Yeah, there, hey.
But
Under
see,
the bridge?
we come
By
over
the-
here.
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
We come over here, and thank goodness you don't have a Shakespearean festival because they'd be like, to be or no,
To be or not
Isn't
to
that the
be?
truth? Or no?
or no.
That's another thing I don't understand.
Isn't
And
that
I
the
don't do this,
question?
but I hear it all the time. When somebody asks you a yes or no question, they'll say, would you like some soup or no?
It's always
Or no.
But
an
isn't
extra question.
but why is that? Because you're still going to get the yes or no answer without the or no.
Well, getting back to the prepaid thing that we actually were discussing on topic.
Yeah, one
why do
thing
you
that-
call it a time machine? Because I don't go
Oh,
to
no.
another century when I use it. I just pull out money.
I can tell you why they call it a time machine
you
because
can?
there was actually machines with that logo TYME.
I know this
Oh,
now.
really?
And now everybody
Just
just
followed
followed
suit?
suit and called whatever ATM it was a time machine. And I just want to go
Not
back.
everybody.
I just want to go back to 1981.
Well, I just want it to be called an ATM.
I call it that.
Or what about the fee? Astronomical fee for a card replacement if it's lost or stolen. I mean, hang on, let me just super glue the card to my wallet so I never lose it and never have to pay the $15 charge for losing my own card accidentally. Or if someone comes up and steals it from me, you have to pay $15?
People must like me because I never got charged for that. I always get a new card.
I mean,
I've
they
never
have a,
heard of that before.
They have a choice to waive the fee. I'm sure they have the power to do so, but I think $15 is quite a bit. It should be like $3 or $5,
Agreed.
or the same amount as how much it costs to purchase it, $3.95, not $15.
I'd rather just buy another card.
What if there's only like $6 left on it?
So you're saying that you not only feel bad now that you've lost your card, but they make you feel worse. By
There's a
charging you for it.
$15 fee for your stolen card.
And I'm so sorry, but that'll be $15, please.
Well, I only had $15 on it.
Along with the $300 that was stolen while it was missing.
That's
Exactly.
right. I know. I think it's crazy. I think it's too much. And what about, like, if someone issues me a check and I go to their bank where they issued it from, and I don't have an account there, But they want to charge like $7.95 for me to cash my own money that they gave me from their own bank. That's pretty ridiculous.
I guess that would be called a service fee. So you're getting charged seven something?
$7.95, whatever it was. I
$7.95.
think some places even charge up to $10.
Which is probably a 2-minute transaction at the most. So think
it
about how
takes
much
so much money.
How much money they would make if all they did all day long was cash other people's checks.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I would love to cash other people's checks.
If I knew I was getting paid that much money every time, yeah, absolutely.
It's ridiculous. It takes 2 seconds to, okay, okay, here you go. There's a transferred fee. It's in your hand. Here's your money.
Now get out.
Now get out and don't ever come back again.
It's my money and I
Unless-
need it now.
You want
Oh,
to.
that's right.
Unless
J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, we shouldn't be advertising these things.
No, we shouldn't. No, you should absolutely think about doing
Refrain.
voiceovers and jingles and getting paid for doing this stuff.
Okay, so where's my money, Brad?
I'm not a talent agent. I'm not an agency. I'm just an outsider telling you what I think you should do. Here's
Well-
$3.95. Go open up a credit card or one of those prepaid cards.
I'm on the outside.
Just make sure you don't lose the darn thing.
I'm looking in. I lost my debit card. You found
I'm sad
it.
within.
Brad, what are you doing?
I'm tearing up over here. Sorry, I'm tearing up over here. It's crazy. Anyway, it's good working with you guys. Let's get down to business now. I think it's pretty crazy that United Airlines pulled, of all people, a doctor off of a plane. For one, I never even knew that stipulation even existed where someone could get pulled off of a plane if they're overbooked. I never heard of that, but I don't really fly.
I fly, and I can tell you I've never seen anything like that on a plane before, so I was very shocked when I saw them dragging that poor man down the aisle and off the plane.
It's crazy.
I think there's more to the story that we
There could be
Don't
more
know.
to the story. I don't know.
edited for viewers like you.
Well, there was a lot of people on the plane that were recording it with their phones.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people pretty much saying the same thing.
Right.
That it was just, it shouldn't have happened.
No. If it's overbooked, just cram yourself in a chair between somebody. If they don't care, I wouldn't care.
You know, there was actually another incident right after that, I think just last week,
Are you talking about the woman with the baby?
with the baby.
Yeah.
I had not heard this one.
Well, apparently some type of security guard for the airline, security for the airline, and I believe it was American Airline, apparently got into some type of argument with this woman over, I'm not sure what, maybe a missing baggage or
Yeah, I
something
don't-
she needed,
Yeah, there was something going on there,
and she
then
had a baby in her hands.
and then there was another gentleman that stood up for her and started arguing with that other guy that was
for her safety,
For her safety.
with her infant in hand, and they were trying to make her get off of the flight.
That's
she was
ridiculous.
I know she was very, very upset, but what is going on with these airlines all of a sudden?
I have no idea.
The week before that, there was an Asian man that was apparently high on something and flipped out on the airline right before it took off, and they dragged him down the hall.
Wow.
So this is all happening, and aren't
If
our
some guy
airports
flips
supposed
out-
to be safe now?
Right.
This is like
Exactly.
the worst time.
Well, yeah,
that
it
this
takes
should
like
not be
2
happening.
hours just to get through safety checks. Wouldn't they figure it out before he even gets on the actual plane during security?
Well, it depends on, I suppose, how many people are coming through the line. How busy was this airport? When they got to funnel these people in like cattle to get them through.
Yeah.
And then all the extra pat downs, like not too long ago when they patted down that child. Did you hear about that or see that?
No.
That was probably about a month ago now, where this guy was patting down a child, and it was it was extreme. How he was like touching every part of this child from head to toe, between the legs, under the arms, around the back. It was to the point where it almost seemed like if this was an adult they were doing it to, would have been like they were looking for a weapon. That's how much they were patting
Right.
this poor child down.
Well, I guess it's possible. I mean, you know, when you really think of it, from an outsider's perspective, I would be irate about that. But, you know, it is logical because nobody would think of, oh, a child, you know, he won't have a weapon or anything like that. But literally, like, it just takes a couple areas and that's it. You don't have to sit there and take 10 minutes feeling up a child to look for a weapon. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there is some validity to that. I can see, but to a certain extent, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Plus, a metal detector should be able to detect if there's like a weapon or a knife or a gun or anything like that first. So I don't know, but if somebody wanted to hide a weapon, you know, in a child's clothing, everybody would probably think, oh, well, a child is innocent, you know, he's not going to have a weapon. But the mastermind of the whole thing, that could be a good idea for them.
I think this is
Either way, I think
This is
this world is just going
yeah,
crazy.
this is a time where we should really be concentrating on what is going on in our airports and who is coming through our airports and what could they potentially be doing. So I think that's a big debate on security issues right now. I just think it could go either way.
One thing I did, and please, anybody that's listening, if you want to call in and respond to this, I know that, and I believe it was United Airlines, regularly overbooks flights. And I believe that they stopped doing that recently so that the people that actually have a flight aren't going to get bumped because they're not overbooked. And I think it was right around 20,000 flights that they regularly overbook. So
20,000 a year?
I
would-
think
it would have
could
to
be,
be a
I don't know if
year.
it'd be a year because you're talking about thousands of flights a day.
Right.
So I would think maybe a day, a week, a month at the most.
That's
Because
crazy.
you're talking about thousands and thousands of flights every day, and think about how many people are on each plane, depending on the size of the plane. Those numbers can add up really quick. So
I even never heard of
20,000.
that.
Yep,
Either way, I think it's ridiculous.
I agree.
It should be just like the baseball game or like a concert. You go on there, reserve your seat, then you can see how many other seats are available. I mean, I'm sure if people cancel at the last minute, they should have somebody on that right away. Okay, that seat has become available now. And I think there's better ways, especially with today's technology, to keep track of that stuff to a T. Just like inventory in a store. Oh, we definitely have that. Or no, we don't have it.
No.
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 You Wisconsinites.
But
So,
yeah.
you mentioned a concert, and the first thing that sparked into my mind is because I actually just went to a Stevie Nicks concert,
Nice.
and but the first thing that sparks into my mind is you pay $15 for one or two drinks, and then you have to get up and miss half of the concert because you have to pee.
Yeah.
So what happens there? Why do we do this to ourselves? And
Don't really know, but
I do it every time.
But you love
You
that. You
do it
love
every
this.
time.
I heard she was really good too, wasn't she?
It was actually pretty amazing. I didn't expect this. She talked a lot about what it was like on the road, throughout her career and
having
sitting
to
in.
pee all that time too.
Yeah, I mean, having to pee. I'm sure she elaborated on that.
That is definitely one of the essential things of being on the road. Having to stop to pee. There's a McDonald's! Quick! Hurry up! I gotta pee! Unexpectedly.
They have truck stops for that.
I
or,
shouldn't
like,
have
rest areas.
had all that McDonald's coffee.
They do have good coffee. You have to
They
admit.
do.
They do.
Actually, I think it's Kona Coffee.
Is it?
Yep. Kona
Kona?
Coffee. Kona from the Big Island of Hawaii.
Kona, are you going to do
Hawaii.
your little aloha dance?
Nice.
No.
Do the aloha dance for us.
No.
Do we have some Hawaiian music here? I don't know. I don't think I do.
This is close.
Close. Yes.
It sounds like the hula
Here.
with the shark attack coming up behind.
It's close. Just a little bit.
But not.
It's 95% off, but if you think it's close, hey, it's close.
Works for us.
I've got my grass skirt on right now.
Yeah.
Brad's got his coconuts.
I'm doing. Just you stay away from my coconuts.
Moving right along.
I don't like the way you play with my coconuts.
Brad.
We don't like the way you play with your coconuts.
Hey, I don't like the way you're talking about my coconuts. You just stay away from them, okay?
I was just talking about a bra.
They're looking kind of bruised today.
Coconuts have milk.
They fall
You
from
guys.
the tree.
Stop.
Okay.
Kelly's uncomfortable.
Shh,
I
hold
am.
on.
I'm-
Stop.
Uncomfort.
Shh. Okay, resume.
All right.
We got it out of our system now, but today's real topic is moving right along now. Texting versus talking your problems out in a relationship. Now, firsthand, let's give the guest speaker here her take on today's topic. What do you think? Based on your personal experience, do you think it's better to text your problems out or call the person if you're not within range, or say, hey, let's reserve this time to talk about this issue when we can actually talk face to face?
Absolutely not do I think that it is okay to text out your problems.
And why?
I fully believe that texting is completely impersonal and can be taken the way read differently than its absolute meaning.
That's right.
100%.
Can you
And
give us
that's
an
bottom line.
example? Have you had any personal experiences with this type of issue?
Okay, so, instance. My friend says to me, "Did you see this shirt at Walmart? It's great." I said, "OMG, no." That could mean, "Oh my God, no, that shirt sucked, it was terrible." Or it could mean, "Oh my God, no, I totally have to go look at the shirt."
Yes. See? There is a difference there. It's all in the way of communication. And I think technology has kind of hindered the communication level with today. Like, there's a barrier there. Or if there's not enough information about certain things or specific dates and times, that can really cause a big problem.
Did you see that shirt, though?
Oh my God, no! I gotta go see it right now. Let's just cancel today's show and go check out shirts all day.
We're going to Walmart.
Yes.
Megan has a great point, though, because
She does.
I actually agree. I don't see people nowadays, if you text, you're texting all the time. Do you even ever have face-to-face conversations with people anymore, or even on the phone?
Or even on the radio.
They
like
interview
right now.
you for jobs through texting. They will text you to set up the interview now.
Really?
Yes.
What
This
I
is
don't-
happening all the time.
How are you supposed to possibly know, as the receiver of these texts, if this person is lying, if it's even the person that you think is texting you is texting you? I don't understand how you can put your head down, stare into the phone, and type all day.
Right.
And maybe that's an extreme comment about typing all day, but having conversations regularly with people through texting.
Well, I think there might be some pros and cons to that, because maybe the HR director is incredibly busy. But then again, what did they do back then before texting even existed?
Pulled people into their offices, into their buildings,
That takes
into their
way too much
businesses.
time out of their busy lunch schedule.
Oh, you're sassy.
We got to get the Jimmy Johns. I mean, they got to seriously...
They're freaky fast.
Yes. No, but literally, it's so impersonal.
So impersonal. I stand by my choice 100.
And it depending on what your conversation is with the other person, especially like you said, Brad, with texting out your problems. If you're talking about problems in
Like
your
real issues.
real issues, whether it's friend to friend,
Like,
sister
oh
to
my
sister,
God, you
boyfriend
threw
to
away my
girlfriend,
favorite shirt. You thought that I
from
didn't.
Walmart.
There's that shirt again.
Yes. Well, I've had this happen in previous relationships where I'm at work and all of a sudden, oh, you haven't wore that shirt in like X amount of months. I didn't think you wanted it, so it's in the garbage now. That would aggravate me. But try to text that problem out. It could just escalate even further and further. And depending on how you communicate to each other, if you leave out details, which a lot of people do, because texting is really it stands for SMS, short messaging service. Short messages like, okay,
That's
I'll
true.
be there. It's not meant for like a big long novel of,
Dear,
hey, this is
dear
what I did
Megan,
last month.
I went to Walmart yesterday, and guess what I found? OMG, did you see that shirt?
You must have hated it.
And that's a point, though, because let's take one extreme to the next.
Yeah.
You've got a face-to-face interaction with somebody versus the same type of conversation between texting. How, if I didn't say a word, you would still know my emotions, right? Looking in my eyes, my body language.
You wouldn't have
Absolutely.
to speak. It would be what your face.
Your
is.
eyes
Right.
would be furious and there would be steam coming out of your ears.
Exactly.
Well, okay, but we're talking. The major question in the beginning was relationship controversy texting, right?
Well,
Wasn't that
right.
Think
doesn't
about how
fully
much worse
mean-
that is. You're offending your significant other without trying to offend.
It doesn't specifically mean like relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife.
Any
because
type of
any relationship you have, I am friends with Sally. That is our relationship. We are just friends.
Friendship.
Any type of relationship. I mean, even if you're just talking to your boss, too,
Yeah.
because this has happened to me several times where I took my boss the wrong way because he didn't include enough information on the subject, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting my 2-week notice in. That's it. I am done.
I agree.
Don't
I've
you
been there
dare
too.
talk to me like that. I've done it, actually.
OMG!
OMG.
Exclamation point! Exclamation
OMG.
point! Exclamation point!
So, yeah, and then he's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, no. If you're going to behave to me like that, I'm not working here anymore. Sorry. So then I got on the phone and I actually called him, and then we reiterated the conversation, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I took you the wrong way.
But this is why we're going to Walmart for all of our shopping excursions.
Face-to-face,
Save
one-on-one.
money, live better. Walmart. Yeah,
Well, Walmart's getting it good today from us.
I know. And we're not even getting paid for this promotion.
I actually like Walmart, not gonna
I
lie.
do.
And they such a happy face there on the sign when you walk in.
And
Oh, and the people, the Walmartians inside.
Do you want a sticker?
yes,
OMG.
you're darn right I want a sticker.
Hey, they have conveniently merged with Subway. Whenever I walk into a Walmart, I grab me a Subway sandwich.
And then walk through the store as you're shopping.
Well,
And then you get
Lettuce
crumbs.
falling on the floor.
Crumbs all over the floor.
Cheese on your shirt.
Clean up on
Crop-dusting
aisle
people.
5.
Crop dusting people.
Clean up on aisle 5. We got a big tomato on aisle 6. Someone just slipped down. Oh, it's a worker. Hopefully they get workers' compensation. Workman's comp. Gotta love it.
oh, and I got that shirt.
You got the shirt. There it is. What does it say on the shirt?
OMG.
It's perfect, Megan.
OMG, I would have
Perfect.
never thought of that.
With an emoji, you
How
know?
original.
With an emoji.
With,
Hello.
with a little crying happy face on it.
Yeah, and it says text me on the back.
Yes.
Speaking of texting, don't we have an email from a gentleman in Milwaukee?
I think we actually do. It was a comment on Facebook about this current topic. And Josh,
Oh, yes. Josh from
Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, if I may.
yeah, you want to go ahead and read it?
Yeah.
We'll give Kelly the means to read it. Do you need like background reading music?
No, well, I'll take that. I mean, if you
you'll
got
take
something
it?
romantic, that would be great.
Oh, I don't know if I have something romantic.
Because it's Josh.
Here,
you
how
know?
about Bumpin' Bed 1?
All right, let's do that.
Okay, let's see what this sounds like here. Yes! Is that
Perfect.
Is that perfect
I'll take
for
it.
you?
I'll take it.
All right, so
right.
Josh from Milwaukee.
Josh
here you
from
go.
Milwaukee. Here we go. This is what Josh says. I think texting too much in a bad situation is just a bad idea when dealing with women.
Women!
This goes for dealing with your girlfriend, a lady friend from church, or your sister for that matter. Women are emotion prone, and when they are in a heightened emotional state, the last thing you need is for them to misread your tone through text. That's my opinion.
That's good.
You can start a serious topic through text, but the idea is to try and actually talk and not have the conversation be all text.
That's good.
At first, I didn't quite know what to think about what Josh said, but he actually
No.
has a very good point because, yes,
does.
women are a little more emotional, I think, as a
I'm an
whole.
emotional creature.
Oh my god. Sometimes I think I'm a woman myself because of this.
Texting me.
Okay, just get rid of my phone number. Now. It is a good... He does make some valid points there.
He does.
Because...
Yeah.
Womanizer.
What if it's that time of the month?
Wow.
You don't want to rock the boat even further. It's already leaking.
Moving along.
No pun intended. I had to think about that because I wasn't thinking about that. But, you know.
This ship has sailed.
Yes, it's gone. Sayonara, adios. All right, let's get to some callers here. Let's do JJ from Manitowoc. Let's see what he has to say about today's topic.
I just want to say that sometimes texting problems with your better half is sometimes easier, better than face-to-face, because sometimes that could just go wrong. We all know that. Matter of fact, I'll just give you an example. About a week ago, I was away from my phone, and my fiance was going through it, which I have no problem with that. And she had seen some messages to my daughter's mom, which were kind of inappropriate, but I had a certain reason for doing it. But it was kind of inappropriate, which obviously she was understandably upset. So, yeah, instead of, going face to face, back and forth, which of course there was a little bit of that, we kind of seem to resolve it by texting. So, sometimes that's always good. You never know. All right. Have a good day, people.
All right, JJ, we thank you for your input on that situation there. You know, and it depends on the situation and the scenario of the whole thing, because maybe sometimes you are just too irate and you don't even want to talk to the person, and you sling like a lot of negative words at each other.
Well, I feel like he learned 2 lessons.
He did. He very well did.
It started with someone finding a text,
It did.
and it ended with someone finding a text.
Yes.
God, Megan, you are so amazing in your thought process.
You are so obvious.
Yes.
Thank you.
Captain
Well-
Obvious.
Well, I'm texting. So,
Yes. That's right.
it's like HMU on text.
OMG.
What's HMU?
Hit me up.
Hit me up.
There's a lot of those letter
Acronyms.
out there on texting, right?
iOS. In search of.
I know. It's killing communication as we know it.
I know OMW. That's about it for me.
Oh, my word.
On my way.
Oh my word.
Could be. Could
It
be.
could be.
could
Now,
be.
this is why
Miscommunication.
miscommunication through text.
It could mean, oh my wagon. It's falling apart.
It
Do you
could
know what-
mean, oh, my wand.
Do you know what WTF stands for?
What the
No.
beep?
What's that for?
Yeah.
Nice cat.
WTF.
That's right.
What's that for?
With a question mark
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
instead of an exclamation mark.
I love that. All right, we got Megan from Kimberly. Let's hear her take on this topic.
Hi, Brad. It depends on the situation, in my opinion. It's probably better to do most of that stuff face-to-face. Sometimes, though, people are helped with visually seeing something on a text. I know my husband just apologized to me via text the other day after we were talking, and, I had to go to work, so then he texted me, and all was good after that. So it really depends. I think most of the time you should probably start off talking to each other face-to-face and then go from there, because otherwise you're just taking up a lot of time. If you're texting, you might as well talk on your phone. But once in a while, though, texting can be helpful, so I hope that helps.
All right. So you should start out by talking first and then finish off by texting?
Megan, that's a good name. I like that name.
Do you?
Yeah. I think that's
I
my
wonder
name.
why.
It is your name.
It is. You guys.
Captain Obvious!
I wonder if you have different spellings, though.
You do.
Oh, I know we do.
She was a MEGEN.
I'm an
That's
M-E.
right.
No.
Double G.
No, actually, she was
Double
a MEGAN.
G.
Yes. Megan, MEGAN from
That's
Kimberly.
right. Because you're extra special. So then you get to write your name out even longer on checks.
But I have to say that I agree with what she said. And what's funny is we are more alike than just our names. Last week, for instance, I had some words with my significant other through text.
Some
But
words?
because I could not call him personally, or I felt as if I couldn't wait. But I was at work and I had to text.
Are you allowed to text while you're at work?
No.
Let me tell your boss right away. I'm just kidding.
Well, I guess we're telling them now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, well, if they listen to the show.
But
Hold on, let's go and edit that real quick. Just
I guess I'm just trying to say that everything that I needed to say, let's just say it, got out.
Got through text. You
It
didn't.
did.
You didn't let anybody know at work. You were able to get your point across.
Without,
Picking up the phone and calling and talking, which would have totally gotten you in trouble.
correct. Not saying it was a good thing, just saying
no.
point made.
But was the problem resolved efficiently and effectively?
I don't know if you'd call it that, but yeah, I'm over it.
Oh, good. Do you care to delve into more details about what it was about?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so it was a personal thing.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm just going to add something here, and this is totally off topic because it's
Okay.
been driving me crazy for days now.
And what's that?
Moldy bread.
Moldy bread. Dun, dun, dun.
How many people have found moldy bread in their bag of bread, threw out the 2 slices that are moldy?
This is funny because
And think-
just the other day I did.
Oh, and what'd you do? Did you keep the rest of the bread?
No, I threw it away.
There are people that won't. You don't see mold. You think, the
Well,
rest
I've
of
heard
it's good.
a lot of people say, well, it's just like cheese. You just cut that little piece off and you're good to go. I think with cheese it's probably okay. But with bread, it's actually surprisingly a different story. And do you want to tell us about that, Kelly?
I can tell you a little bit that this was an article that came out just a couple weeks ago that how safe is your moldy bread?
That's right.
I know people that do this.
You do? Are you one
yeah.
of them?
Well, actually,
kidding.
no, I won't, and I'll tell you why. Because
Good.
this is how I found out that I was allergic to penicillin. Because I had actually eaten a piece of moldy bread, didn't know it was moldy, tasted funny, and within minutes I was breaking out.
Really?
But food and safety experts, moldy bread is bad news. We don't recommend cutting mold off the bread because it's a soft food. With soft food, it's very easy for the roots. I like to think of them as little tentacles
Ew.
Yeah.
of the mold, or there it is, tentacles, or whatever creepy word you want to use to penetrate deeper into the food.
Little feelers.
Molds, like mini mushrooms under a
Veins.
microscope, are actually a type of fungi with visible spores on the surface and a network of microscopic roots that twist deep below that are often invisible to the naked eye. So, a mold's penetration into a piece of bread may be greater than a quick overlook.
Naked and penetration. Oh my gosh.
Brad!
Dude, I'm not going to go there.
Okay,
But-
so growing up near Flint, Michigan, yet again, bringing this up, nobody really had a lot of money when we were kids. And, I mean, I know.
Does anybody really
I
have
know.
any money these days either?
Not now.
The
but-
money scenario.
But I know my mom picked out the couple pieces that weren't any good anymore and didn't tell me about it.
And kept the whole rest of the loaf of
Right.
bread?
I know that happened. I know my significant other would for sure just pick out that one piece and eat the whole rest of the lot of bread. But I personally, if the expiration date, if it's passed, it's gone. It's gone. I won't touch it. If I see one piece of mold, I won't touch it. I'm picky.
Nope, and I think this article definitely says don't do it.
Do not touch the moldy bread. This is perfect for that, too.
It is. It's kind of
The-
ominous.
Yes. That one day with the moldy bread, there I was.
Don't touch the moldy bread. Don't touch the moldy bread.
Yeah.
Don't
Moldy bread, moldy bread.
Yeah.
moldy bread.
Boom, 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 boom.
Moldy bread.
Yeah. Just leave that moldy bread
Moldy
alone.
bread.
Just leave
Don't
that
eat
moldy
the bread, yo.
Okay, we're getting off of the topic here, but moldy bread, do not even think about it, all right? If you want to get sick, then that's fine.
It has
I
tentacles.
don't have to pay your doctor bill.
Okay.
Okay. It has tentacles. So anyhow, let's take another call, and we got Matt from Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
I like to call it Oshkosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oshkosh. Bagosh.
I never heard of that before, but yeah, when you think of
Plywood
Oshkosh,
Oshkosh.
you think of Oshkosh Bagosh, the clothing line.
Or plywood
Store.
Oshkosh.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. It's Oshkosh Bagosh.
OMG!
Emoji.
Yes. All right, here's Matt from Oshkosh. Here we go.
Hey, this is Matt from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and my opinion on today's topic is it could be a little bit easier to do the
Today,
texting
Junior?
route rather than the talking route, because if you want to go ahead and yell at your old lady, you can yell all you want through a text message. No, it's just not respectable to yell in her face. That's just my 2 cents. From Matt here in Oshkosh. Goodbye.
Well, Matt.
Well, yes. How long has your relationships lasted? Literally, probably like 2 seconds. It's not respectable to yell in her face. Just do it in a text message.
I think when it gets that serious and you're really having
Kelly,
a spat.
you're really ticking me off. Go out in the other room so I can send you some nasty text messages. Get out there now. Don't you dare make me aggravated all more than I am.
Emoji, emoji, emoji.
If he really treats you like this, I'm never coming back here.
What?
Just kidding.
No, I don't treat her like this. Absolutely not.
Just on the air.
OMG.
OMG, literally.
Ooh.
But I guess, sometimes I think it's okay. If the situation is too heated up and you can't face each other, battle it out in the text, it could be okay. If you guys have been together for like 10, 20 years and you just know that's going to happen, okay, big deal, who cares? But if you're in a brand new relationship of like a few weeks, couple months, then you probably really should get on the phone and say, hey, let's reserve this time to talk about it in a more
Adult
I
way.
effective
like where
manner.
Brad's going with this one for sure.
I do too.
I mean, agreed. That's.
Well, let me tell you my full take on this whole thing,
Yours.
because I thought this out very well, and literally, I think there are some pros and cons to texting the problems out in a relationship, because sometimes if you're obviously too angry and scream at each other, where, get out of here! No!
Get to the chopper!
Yes!
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe you can find some reasoning and resolution by texting, so then you don't have to scream into each other's faces.
Get down!
Yes! No!
No!
Put that cookie down! Put that cookie down! No! In another sense, if there's not enough communication or details included in that text message, because it really only means SMS, short messaging service, of 140 characters per text message.
Not long, drawn out
No.
books of stories of love.
The other person could
dislike.
take you the wrong way and get upset even more, because it's happened to me several times.
I'm sorry, I haven't been tuning in lately, but I'm laughing so hard my eyes are watering.
Tuning in?
Or I should
Is
say,
that a pun?
yes.
When I laugh too hard, I have to pee.
Oh, I got my
I-
eyes just watering.
There's that P again.
Yeah, well, that happens.
You must have learned from what, Whitney Houston?
What, you hold the note so hard so long you have to pee?
Yes! That's absolutely
And
right.
I gotta pee.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's perfect.
That's absolutely perfect. And practice makes perfect, and we all know she's practiced so many times.
I really
No
have.
comment! Anyhow, we'll take one more call and we have to wrap up the show because it's just been that much fun and the whole hour.
Flying
So
by.
much fun.
Megan
Yeah,
wasn't going to
8
originally
minutes.
do this, and we are absolutely thrilled
We
that
are
she did
thrilled
today.
that she decided to do this because she was like, what am I going to say? I'm scared.
I'm not scared of you guys anymore.
Okay, well, we don't have a whole lot of time. We'll take another call and then we'll wrap things up. But let's take this call first and think about how you felt before the show and then during the show and now after the show. Is it as scary as it was when you first thought about it? So, all right, we got James from Marshfield. Let's see what James has to say about today's topic.
My opinion on just texting your problems out in a relationship-wise of texting, I really think that's not a good solution to doing that because in being in a relationship, in my opinion and experience, I think it ends up turning out to making it more complicated and sometimes more worse than solving the problem because texting, it just takes not only takes more time, but it's really hard to read the person's emotion and like how they feel of answering the problem. So then a person, like your girlfriend, could take it the other way, and it could end up getting worse. And believe me, that's happened to me more times than it should. And usually, just making a phone call, actually talking to the person makes it a heck of a lot easier and doesn't cause any confusion. So yeah, that's my opinion. Talking to the person directly or, talking to them on the phone is way better than texting. All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Absolutely.
Who was that, Mike?
That was James.
That was
James.
James.
I'm sorry, James. No, good. Well, I mean, point taken.
Yeah, and he kind of echoed a couple of the things that I had mentioned earlier about not being able to see the person's emotions and body language.
That's right.
You sound like a good fellow, James. Good old
Yes.
chap.
James. So, anyhow, James, thank you so much for your input. I think we've touched on this topic pretty thoroughly. So, it depends on the situation, the scenario. If you've been together forever or if it's been a short amount of time, either way, every situation is different. Every person is different. Everybody has different feelings, thoughts, and emotions, and actions, of course. Because if you're there in front of the person, I don't want to get a stapler or something thrown at my face if they're irate as...
We don't want that to happen
We
to you
don't.
either,
No,
Brad.
Brad, no.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Love you,
Now
man.
I think about Milton from Office Space. Where's my stapler?
I love that
Oh,
movie.
I know. Me too. I actually just found it again after like 5 years because
Have
it
you
was
seen that,
stuffed in
Megan?
a different DVD case.
Maybe once a long time ago.
And my girlfriend Amanda helped me find it, so it was awesome. Anyhow, so Meg, not Amanda. I was thinking about Amanda. She helped me find my DVD
That's a
after
good thing,
the
isn't it?
long-lost DVD.
I bet you text her to say thank you.
Yes.
Brad. No, I thanked her in person. Anyway, Meg, we're running out of time here, but what did you think beforehand, during, and now after the show?
Okay, well, I gotta go with this. You keep telling me, dude, were you scared? We thought you were scared. We thought you didn't want to do it. Blah 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 blah. No, I will tell you right off the bat, no texting here. Okay. I had not had enough coffee yet. I'm not a morning person, and it wasn't kicking in. But hanging out with you guys, man, is pretty cool. And I had a really
cool.
good time.
Yay!
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for having us
Yay!
So you feel better about the whole situation?
Oh, this is a blast. I mean, honestly, this fits my personality to a T.
You were laughing and crying the whole time. Did you pee
Yes.
at all?
I made it.
You made it the
Through.
whole time. Good. That's
I
awesome.
made it through the wilderness.
All right. Well, let's end this show off with a little karaoke, and let's do the Love Shack here. All right? Because
We're gonna let Kelly start in her man voice.
that's right. Kelly talks in a man voice. Let's hear your man voice, Kelly.
If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love Shack! Love Shack, yeah, yeah. I'm heading down the Atlanta highway.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for the love getaway.
What?
Brad, where were you?
I was adding a beat in there.
Well, we want you to sing it.
No.
No, we want you to text it.
Yes, text it out. Tin
Exclamation
roof.
Rusted.
Love Shack. Baby Love Shack. Love Shack. Baby Love Shack.
Love Shack.
Baby. Yeah. It's been fun, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you for
No, thank you.
Oh, no.
thank
No,
you
you.
for coming in, Meg.
Thank you,
and
Brad.
Telling us about your
Megan, how are you getting
singing
home
experience.
I
How are
take
you
the
getting home?
bus.
You take
No,
the,
I actually just bought a brand new charger, so you don't have to worry about me.
Do you take have you ever taken the bus
Yes.
in the Appleton area?
Yes.
Because my voice is
Okay.
pre-recorded on all the buses in Appleton
Sweet.
as the announcer. Now approaching
Megan,
Right after Johnny
OMG
Cokeover.
Oh,
Street.
Megan, let's ride the bus today.
Yes.
Okay, it only costs $0.25.
It only costs $0.25.
Less than buying a gift.
If only. Yes. $3.95.
No hidden fees.
Only $3.95. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for listening out there. Please check out Hot Topic Radio Show on Facebook, facebook.com/Hot Topic Radio Show. And also, as well, direct your friends to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hot Topic Radio Show. It was great working with you guys. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Brad.
Absolutely.
This has been Hot Topic Radio Show, an online radio show via YouTube. Voice your opinion on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hot Topic Radio Show. And join the discussion on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Hot Topic Radio Show. Have a topic we should talk about? Tell us about it at hottopicradioshow.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.